All right, I come up with something today. It part of having one of these mills. If you got a lt40 or 50, you have a tensioner like this. You know, you turn it and it puts hydraulic pressure on it. Well, some reason mine's leaking, and Woodmizer, this mill's not a year old yet. Bought it in the end of October. It's got like 150 hours on it. So what's this? This is July, so August, September, October. It's got like 3 months, 3.5 months before it'll be a year old. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's cause of running it all day, summertime in Mississippi and it's hot. If somebody put a seal in this wrong or what, but I did have it where I had it screwed all the way in. Woodmizer's supposed to be getting me another one of these under warranty, but I could see fluid just coming out. I don't know if it's coming from here or that one or what, but you can tell there's junk on there, which I've washed this off. But to get by, I mean, it's taken a while for it to lose pressure, but over 12 hours or so, if I saw for 12 hours in a day, I'm losing fluid, and it'll last a week or two. But if you're having this issue, what you do is you come in here, take your band off right here, you know, it goes around, and take your band off, and then take this one off right here, this bolt. I was trying to think of what I needed to say. Take this off. It's 11mm wrench. It's tight on there. Take it off so it can get air. And then what you do is you come around here and you're going to back this all the way out. Like, don't back it too far, but you can back it, I'm going to say 2.5, 3 inches, something like that. You do that. Then you take your hand on this here and shove it. This is your push rod right here. Shove it. You want to make sure that you can grab it right here now with a pair of pliers. Get you a rag. I got some channel locks. You do not want to marl that up, or it'll mess your seal up for sure in there, or wiper or something like that. But I grabbed mine right on the end, shoved it in, because it's got a plunger in here. It's got to shove this plunger back. Then I took and I pulled this as far out this way as I possibly could without the band on it. And then I took a pair of channel locks, get you a rag, grab it, and just wiggle it. It's not hard. Just wiggle it real easy up and down and pull it, and it'll come out. And you want it sort of like that. You don't want to pull this all the way out as far as this here will go, because if so, you won't be able to get your blade on there. But you pull it out about that far. You can see, which you'll want it a little more than that probably, but I don't know, that's 2 inches, 2-3 inches, somewhere right around in there. Just measure before you take your blade and all off. Measure right there, pull it just a little bit further, because you're gonna have air in your system and all that. But do that. Then what I did was go to the co-op, get you a cow needle, or if you got a needle, a Creole injector, you know, to inject a chicken or something with. I just put transmission fluid in it because I got plenty. Could have used hydraulic fluid, but I use transmission fluid. And you just go in here and put it in there. Mine was bottomed all the way in. Like, I had it screwed all the way in. It wouldn't screw no more. And it took like 22 to 26 milliliters of transmission fluid to fill it back up. And I put that much in mine. Then you just come in here and tighten your bolt down. That's your stopper, and you're good to go. You come in here, put your new blade on, tighten it up, you ready to roll. Now again, as you can tell, there's leaking oil and stuff in there, which I took WD-40 and I sprayed all around mine to make sure I got all the sawdust and stuff off, because I didn't want none of that down in there. As you can tell, a little can WD-40, some channel locks, 11 millimeter, and transmission fluid. Everything else on this thing takes transmission fluid. I just assumed it'd take it in there, but it wasn't red or pink, so it may have been hydraulic fluid, but it'll still work the same. You're just looking for hydraulic pressure, you know, and they're supposed to get me a new one, so it is what it is on it. But yeah, that'll get you by in a pinch. If you're sawing like me and you need to operate and it's gonna take them a few days, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, just know. And if this thing is, if you're losing pressure, that's your problem. Do not leave this tightened up either. If you'll leave it tightened up for a few days, like if you run the mill and you forget and you leave it tightened up, it's gonna blow the packing out, because you got 3,000 pounds of pressure on there. Like you know, a tractor and all, whenever the pressure, when you kill the switch, it don't have pressure on it, so it don't do it. But that's the only thing I can think, because I mean, we run the mill, run it hard when I'm running it. I mean, I run it some days that it only runs 2 or 3 hours or something, but a lot of times I get up at 5:30 in the morning and the mill will be running it between 6 and 7, and I won't cut it off till 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock that night. I mean, I'll cut it off for lunch or whatever, but it's constantly got pressure on it. And that's the only thing I can think is somebody messed a seal up when they was putting it together, or maybe it just ain't gonna handle it. I don't know. Somebody didn't tighten something down. I mean, it shouldn't have a problem with that. These mills run all the time, but you know how it is. It's 2024. You got problems with the mill. I've had 10, 15 things wrong with it. Right now, the other thing I have is my hydraulics ain't wanting to work right on my bar back there, but I'm going to work on it some, see what it is. It'll throw up an error code and all. You let off the hydraulics and it'll get back to working, but you know, it is what it is. People talk about cleaning their logs and everything too online. Yeah, it's got dirt in it, but heck, it is what it is. I'm going to roll it up, cut it, go on with life. It's a blade. Blades break. If I run these 747s, if I get 3 or 4 sharpenings out of them, if I can run this blade somewhere between 4 and 8 hours, I'm perfectly happy. It's made me money. I charge about $15 an hour. I guess about $15 an hour for the blades. I'd have to go back and look and think, but $10 a blade to get them resharpened. A blade's 30 bucks roughly, just say. I mean, you get 6 hours out of that. I mean, that's $5 a blade, and then, you know, for the original cost, then $10 on top of there, and you get 2 hours out of a sharpening, so you're another $5. So I guess it's about $10 to $15, and is what I roughly calculate on my blade life per hour. So man, just factor it in, go on. It's an expendable part. That blade right there is the most expensive part of running this entire mill. $10 an hour, it's that. Then the gas for it. It costs about, down here in Mississippi, the gas right now is $3 a gallon. It'll burn 1.5 gallons an hour. So just say $5 a gallon there. That's 15 bucks an hour as far as this. Now labor, of course, costs more, but you know, if you're running this mill 100, 200, say 200 hours a month, or just 40 hours a week, I mean, the mill payment ain't $5 an hour or something maybe, you know, but everything else is minute. You know, oil changes. Only thing you got to do to this thing is change the oil in it every 200 hours. Grease your stuff, spray it with transmission fluid. Keep your lube tank full. I mean, what else is there to do? I mean, yeah, you'll have to later on. I factor in like $2 an hour for maintenance, change oil, you know, change spark plugs, all that kind of good stuff, bearings and all that. I mean, these belts right here, one of these belts is like 15, 20 bucks. you'll get 200-300 hours out of one, probably. You might get 100-150. This one here, I'm about 150. Probably I might get another 50 hours out of it. These bearings, roller guide bearings, I mean, what, 80 bucks for them? You get 500 hours maybe out of them, give or take. You might get 200, you might get 800, who knows? I mean, it's really a robust machine if you really think about it. This little debarker blade right there, I've run a few sawmills with it. I've never changed a blade on them. I mean, you'll have to, but it's nothing. But that's the main thing I was going to tell you about, is how to do that to get you by. I'm going to see how long it'll last. I'll try to post another video later on whenever I get the new one in, or if that one just keeps working. But we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.